And 3, 2, 1, we are live. Welcome to the SNP live stream special edition with Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom commentary. I am. Welcome to the SNP live stream special edition with Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom commentary. I'm getting some serious echo. What a terrible start.
Did you turn the volume down on your?
I'm going to now. I just exited out. I'm going to. Wow, what a great start. Welcome, everybody. SMP live stream, special edition with Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. We will be talking about this movie with my special guest, Drunk 3PO. What's up, buddy?
What's up? We've already got people in the chat saying we have failed. Boo, dislike.
Man, I got all excited.
And I think the dislike button is about to get hit.
That's all right.
Yay.
I'll survive. That was terrible.
Happy Valentine's Day. Wow.
Yes.
Talk about a couple of nerds watching Temple of Doom on Valentine's Day.
Dude, for real. Like, we're not even, our families are in the other room. We're watching this movie.
Isn't that something?
That's awesome.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
But
it's all good. Well, I hope people out there are going to watch it with us. We're going to start.
I hope so too. Yeah.
8:30.
8:30. If you guys can join us, the movie is available on Netflix. If you don't already own it, you can jump on there. We'll let you know when to hit start. I'll post some timestamps in the comments every now and then. But let's talk a little bit about why this is happening, 3PO. We have a bit of a disagreement about this, and you've been spreading some untruths about me recently.
Maybe bendable truths. How about that? Maybe some bendable truths. I will say this though. The last Senate stream that Odin was in, we were like, so what do you got coming up? And I said, well, me and Salty are we're gonna watch the Temple of Doom and debate whether Temple of Doom is better than Crystal Skull.
That was never my intention.
And I know. And Odin went 8.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
He just was like, you got to be out your freaking mind, blah, blah. And then he just left the stream.
All right, so I'm going to put my argument out there. My argument is not that Temple of Doom is worse than Crystal Skull. I think personally, my personal feelings is they are both equally as silly as each other. Neither of them are my favorite out of the franchise. And also keep in mind that Indiana Jones is probably top 3 franchises for me. You got Jurassic Park, Star Wars, Indiana Jones. So, there's no. When I say I don't like Temple of Doom, it's like saying I don't like chocolate cake. I prefer like lemon or something. You know what I mean? It's like just because I don't if it's in front of me.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
But okay, there's my volume button. Boom, muted. All right, cool. Now I can pull up the chat so I can see what people are talking about.
It's just proper Jeremy.
Is it? Yeah. Hey, what's up, buddy? Thanks for coming along. I'm gonna edit that beginning part out when I put it on iTunes, so you don't have to worry about that.
If you hear something wrong with our mics, Salty in my ears going in and out a little bit, but it could be on my end. Can y'all just let us know so I know what's going on? That's all. That's all. That was my one big announcement.
So why do you love this movie so much?
There is a person. Man, the scene. The scene of the slave children, man. It's like it's the only time that I can recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that Indiana Jones actually saves a ton of people. Like he saves like hundreds of kids. So I'd say thousands, but he goes back for them when he didn't have to, And a lot of the other movies, he didn't really save anybody, just trying to rescue an artifact. This he kind of like did both. I just thought that was such a cool twist in this film, and the soundtrack Parade of the Slave Children from John Williams. That song is amazing. It's one of my absolute favorite works that he's done in the Indiana Jones and Star Wars universe. If you haven't heard it, just pull it up on YouTube and just listen to it. Everything just sounds so cool on that soundtrack. So on that particular song, indeed. Anyway, so all that tied together, I thought it was really cool because as someone who travels a lot of these things in this movie, I guess I relate to a lot more. Like even the food scene, because I've been to places where I don't know what I'm eating, and like they bring out. I've had people bring out bugs and other things. Not necessarily like it was in the film, but it was a little different. I mean, I have pictures up where, people were trying to feed us scorpions in China and stuff. So it was just like all of it kind of was like relatable in a certain sense, and I think that's why I really like this movie.
All right. Well, just so you
So,
know,
and who didn't want to be Indiana Jones's partner as a kid? This movie came out when I was young, younger. We were
yeah.
younger. And you're like, who wouldn't want to be his partner? That's where Short Round comes in.
I
All I'm
understand all of
saying.
that 100%, but I'm gonna have to knock off your nostalgia glasses a little bit tonight because
All good.
this movie, I love you, buddy. You're my good friend. But
All
I'm
good.
I'm gonna lay some salt onto this movie tonight because I
All good. And I'll bring some
there's
pepper.
so many things that I can't stand about this film, and I'm just like, it's just so cringe. But guess what? It's time to start. It is 5:30 Pacific time, 8:30 Eastern time. So let's get
8:30
this
here.
rolling. Boom, boom. All right. So I'm right at the beginning of the movie, ready to set up in 3, 2, 1, play. And just for everybody listening in, we will be doing timestamps every now and again. Quick shout out to the Senate, Sith Kryptonian, and the gang. Thank you guys for promoting this and helping me out and getting it going. So we got the giant gong, and this is a very different opening for Indiana Jones with this, like the dancing ladies and all that stuff. That's something
So
very different.
you realize Steven Spielberg, all right, he loved the Rockettes, and he was just trying to figure out a way to get him in one of his movies.
Yeah.
And when he did an interview, he was just like, I was just trying to find a way to get the Rockettes from New York into this film. So he did it in the opener.
I mean, it's different. Not my style, but I mean, if that's what his goal was, he succeeded.
What's your timestamp, buddy? So I'm kind of on the similar.
Oh,
I'm at 45 seconds.
Yeah, I think I'm about there.
Okay.
Because I don't know. Netflix doesn't have the.
Oh, I see. You can't like scroll up, scroll down.
Mm-mm. I have 1 hour 57 minutes and 16 seconds left.
Okay, we're on the same. I'm
Okay.
at 157, 18.
Not the musical number. I know, dude. It's oh god. I mean, she's speaking a different language, so I got to give her props for that. I mean,
so the reason why I like the musical number because it sets up who her character is. That she is not an outdoorsman. She's not a adventurist.
right?
She's
a diva.
She's a SJW actress. So that's why you hear all the screaming and everything else.
Oh,
so
I'm
it
gonna.
ties in perfectly.
I don't have a timer with me, but I'm gonna have proper Jeremy keep track of all the times that this lady just screams into the camera, and it's just horrible. Like, why would you do that to somebody watching a movie?
Because it just shows how real she is. Do you know how everybody else would scream?
I don't know, dude. It's just painful to watch. But anyway, we're talking about this. I mean, this is a nice little dancing number. I mean,
the Rockettes are famous. It's kind of like a nod to New York.
Yeah,
and it took me several years to realize that they reversed the camera after they did
right there. Yeah, I just looked at that. I'm like, that is not a possible way to lift yourself up from a split.
I'm just like, yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. Jeremy's like, this is an oddly giant restaurant. Like that stage is huge.
Well, they go into the mouth of the dragon, and then it opens up to this big old unnecessary.
All right, here we go. Now we're getting into it. So we got the is it Chinese or Japanese guys right here?
This is Chinese.
Chinese. Okay, Shanghai 1935. So this is actually a prequel to Raiders. And we have, so anybody who didn't know, Steven Spielberg was a huge fan of James Bond, and he actually had contacted the producers of James Bond and requested to do a James Bond film, and they said no because he wasn't a good enough director. So he went and he made Harrison Ford one of the best versions of James Bond in this scene.
Yeah, he sure did.
He's suave. He's got that white coat with the red lapel, the tuxedo, just like Sean Connery. Mm. Look at that. Look at that suave, man. He's just layering it on.
So here's a fun fact: if you ever go to Disney Springs, or yeah, in Orlando, you can order both of these drinks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can order the antidote drink or the drink that he's having right now.
Willie Scott. This is Indiana Jones, famous archaeologist. I do like her character when she's in her element. I'll give you that. Like when she's in this crowd, she actually works really well. Now here's the problem. Is it I don't know if it's going to happen yet. There's a point in time where she just says something so dim-witted that it's painful. What are they buying? They're buying
They're buying the remains of one of the emperors in
right.
China that was lost.
What is that? Just gold coins?
Yeah, and he wanted
The
the rare
diamond. I
diamond.
want the diamond. Okay. They tried to buy him off. You think that was going to work? What foolishness. Puts the diamond. Oh, and the drink. Here comes the drink.
Yep.
And what is that drink's name?
It is called the Scottish Professor.
Ooh.
And you can order that at Disney Springs, and it comes in the exact same glass.
Nice.
You can also order the antidote, and it looks just like the antidote, like a blue liquid in there as well.
Yeah.
And it's
See, everybody's already annoyed with this chick.
She's playing with the diamond.
I know. He poked holes in my dress. Okay, here, check this out. This is when she says it. And I'm just like, really? Here he is. All right, so that's the ashes of the emperor. And she goes, he's a really
little
small guy.
Yeah,
Come on. Come on. First emperor. Look at that. And he drinks the poison drink, and they think they are so clever.
Yeah, they think they got him. And here comes...
That's some fast-acting poison, dude. He's already choking up. Why would they bring the antidote?
A trading bargain, man. If for whatever reason it didn't work. Looks like they were trying to get they might have gotten him to drink the drink early.
Yeah.
And then traded it. But you're right, they could have brought a fake one. Who knows? But I think they might have needed him alive if he really didn't bring the...
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Look at that. You keep the girl. That's like a line from Game of Thrones. Who's that? An old friend, huh?
Yeah, that's the beauty of the James Bond thing.
They always have a guy in the background.
Have an extra guy like
that.
Oh
no!
there, which is really cool.
Oh, poor guy got shot.
He gets shot, but I love how they did the cinematography with that, with the popping of the bubbles.
Yeah.
To kind of disguise the bullet. Normally, if you would have got shot, you wouldn't just stand there and watch your chest bleed. You probably would have flew backwards. But still, it was a pretty unique scene. And yes, in the chat, anyone ever find out why they made this a movie prequel to Raiders? It actually had a lot to do with Short Round, and according to Steven Spielberg, they didn't know how to deal with some of the characters, the love interest, and Short Round, so they decided to make it a prequel and not have to worry about bringing them back up again. Oh.
Okay, so I have another question. So Spielberg is famous for using this. Like that guy right there was obviously a fake, like a mannequin made to animate. So why not just use an actor and have the spear go through him and just use, movie magic to make it look like the spear goes through him? I never understood that. Like, he likes those mannequins so much. He
He
uses them in
sure
a ton of
does.
his movies.
I think it was loyalty to his crew.
Oh, he wanted to use the same prop
Did
guys
you
and everything.
did you hear the about Jurassic Park, about how they fired this, not fired, but they let go this whole crew?
Was it
It's
the
it,
stop motion people?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So what
they
had
and they
happened is
go ahead.
once they stopped using stop motion, they went to CGI. They kept on a few of the stop motion guys as like project managers to help the CGI guys get the movements down so that they would be smooth. Yes, proper. Indiana Jones just punched a woman in the face. So there's like a
But
big fight going on, and
he's
these
delusional.
these Rockettes ladies just come out like nothing's going on. They're gonna start dancing again. Look, they're dancing again.
Yeah, they weren't the
People.
Rockettes. These were just the Chinese dancers in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
But I thought this was very
Jeez.
clever to dump ice over the diamond.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a first scream. Mark it down, proper Jeremy.
Got a little kung fu action in the balloons if we're on the exact time.
Yep, I'm watching it. There we go, jumping around like silly people.
What I didn't get was the guy that was holding the big gong. He just kind of stood there the whole time.
He's still standing there.
He's not really moving. Yeah, and there's like people shooting out there. Now he finally leaves.
Well, he's still standing there behind Indy right there.
I'm a little bit in front of you.
Oh, okay. Here, let me.
No, it's all good.
All right, so he's hiding behind the giant coin right now. He's getting shot at.
There you go. Okay. That is definitely homage to Mafia.
Yep.
Tommy gun.
And then, of course, we have to mention
Another scream.
Club Obi-Wan is the name of this club that they just fell out of. Bond. James Bond. Oh, there's Short Round. There's your boy.
There he is. See, I don't even think.
Yeah,
I don't think his dialogue was as bad as the girls.
There's a kid driving the car. Yeah, there is. There sure is. So I have so people listening, in case you're curious why I hate movies with kids. Typically when kids are given a role in a film that is above and beyond what any normal child could take on, it takes away my suspension of disbelief. There's a couple exceptions. Oh, we finally got the antidote. There's a couple exceptions. I think Stranger Things does it really well because it keeps the action. The kids are always in over their head, and typically, unless somebody comes in with a superpower like Elle, the adults always come in at the last second and save the day, kind of. But I don't know. I just have an issue with kids taking on adults and doing adult things. I just find it very, very unbelievable. Oh, those poor people.
The segue.
Yeah.
I will
get him, Indy. Indy's a good shot, man.
Yeah. I will say this about her character. Her character might not be played in any movies today because she is definitely playing the, I don't know how to say it. I'm not trying to sound offensive, but like the blonde hair.
Yeah, the ditzy blonde.
When she tossed ditzy blonde, right? Because right here she talks about I broke my nail, so I threw your gun outside. Even though I've been getting shot at multiple times.
Yeah,
see, I get like that. Those scenes are cringy. Yeah, I get it, man.
Yeah, like this, Dan Aykroyd. By the way, people, right here, this is the cameo from Dan Aykroyd. He's the guy that helps him onto the airplane.
Any history about that, or are they just?
I don't know. I think it's just a cameo. I don't know if he's there for any particular reason or not. Maybe somebody in the comments can say. Damsel in distress, yeah, in the comments. Nate G. Dan Aykroyd, boo. Proper Jeremy doesn't like Dan Aykroyd.
Shanghai used to be the capital of China until they moved it to Beijing. Fun
That's
fact
interesting.
about China.
Fun
Yeah.
fact. So my issue with this movie, in comparison to what a lot of people say about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, is that they say that movie's got some really dumb, like silly moments in it, like the groundhogs and nuking the fridge and swinging monkeys and stuff like that. Like those are all, I agree 100%. Those are all very cringeworthy moments. But in my opinion, this particular movie has just as many of those moments in it. It does feel like.
Give me one.
Give me one
Just give me one from this movie that.
that is cringeworthy. Well, we just
Yeah.
watched it with her. I just broke a nail.
Okay, so that was all right. So we're talking. You're talking a little tiny. You're talking dialogue scene compared to visual effects.
Okay, well, we'll get there.
Like
Give it.
swinging with the monkeys was like that was just horrendous.
Okay, yeah, it was. It was horrendous, and
But we can compare like worse parts than that.
yeah, and that opening sequence wasn't too bad. There was a couple of cringe moments, mostly in dialogue, but we'll get to the action cringe coming up here pretty soon. When we realize, I don't want to give it away too much. What's this, Sean? Hey, what's up, Sean Crummel? He's a follower of mine. He always checks out my stuff. George Lucas, Frank Marshall, Kathleen Kennedy, and Steven Spielberg as a group of missionaries in the background of the same airport scene. Really? Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
I did not know that either.
So these pilots are like, how did they know? Like, I know the plane is owned by that guy that just tried to kill Indy, but how do these guys know to ditch the plane?
Had to have been radio contact.
Yeah, I guess you're right. These guys sneaking out. Is it just one? No, there's two. I was gonna say, yeah, there's two. Where's Short Round? He's sleeping too.
It's very odd. Yes, very odd
there he is.
that they'd be having a cargo of chickens.
Yeah, that is a weird thing. Why chickens? Lao She gives them
you never really have to ship chickens because they're one of the animals that can reproduce. You could, ship other things.
Oh boy. That's her reaction? Oh no.
Well, she threw the dress on the ground. That was a big. See, I like when Short Round does that.
You call him Dr. Jones.
Dr. John.
Hey, what's up, Cybersonic? Thank you for joining us. He says, I get you about kids and movies, but Short Round is an example of doing it right. When he tries to attack adults, he gets whipped, but he succeeds when he plays to the strength of his small size. I'll have to see what you're talking about later on in the movie. I know he fights off some guards in the cave, so I haven't seen this movie in like 10 years. So some of this is going to be be a refresher for me.
He grabs a whip and he tries to fight an adult, and he just gets owned.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's a little bit of realism. Oh, here we go. I think they'd be like, the inside of that plane would be a little bit rougher of a ride,
Especially
okay. So here's a
big bump.
Okay, so this is the nuke the fridge sequence in this movie for me. Like this whole sequence of them escaping the airplane on a inflatable raft and surviving is just as illogical and cringeworthy as him getting into a lead-lined refrigerator. Because they'd be dead, dude. I mean, you can't joke. Like, that's not even, there's no way.
Okay, I'll give you that one, yeah. I'll give you that one. Now that I'm seeing this.
Oh, look at that. Nice soft landing.
I'm just curious how many times they had to film that to keep it level, all the way down.
I don't know. Oh, this is some seriously dated.
People in the chat, Raph is way more believable to me. Actually, me too, Sean, but both of them, I think, I don't know how he would keep it level. Now, sliding down the mountain on a raft into the water, I could totally.
Yeah, that.
I can give him that.
I'm specifically talking about falling out of a plane. And
sure.
Oh, that's a huge drop. Never mind. I take it back. There's no way.
Oh, yeah, I did not realize. I don't
No,
think it would stay level. That's the
not
thing.
even not even close. They'd be dead.
Well, see, that's the
So
same thing as when they took the car over in Crystal Skull, the 3 waterfalls,
yes, yes, I'll
and then you
agree.
have Miriam just sitting there still driving it when it's all smashed. See,
Yeah,
that to me was like come on. That's not Miriam at
yeah.
all.
See this that sequence right. This is fine. This little rapids thing is fine. That sequence of falling out of the plane. That that is just that brings this movie down a little bit for me to the level of
You
Crystal
know
Skull
what?
ish.
Nate G, I am gonna look that up. The Mythbusters did a rap out of the plane and their dummy survived. I will look that up because if that is accurate, then I will give this a little more number. That will go up. Like right now, I'm at a
Oh,
5. That'll make it a 7.
I respect the
It's
MythBusters, so
I
I'd
do
have to.
respect them.
Yeah,
I do respect them. That would be that might
that's it.
change a lot for me, honestly. If it came out okay. Now, if it came off with like all their limbs broken and stuff, that maybe. But so I've been to this country twice now,
Mhm.
and pretty accurate. There's people even in the cities that walk around still dressed this way.
Yeah, that's cool. Did you this actor? I guess you can call him an actor, but he didn't speak a lick of English, and Steven Spielberg would feed him his lines from off camera, and he would mimic English. He wouldn't. He didn't actually know what the words meant. He was just mimicking what Steven Spielberg was saying, and that's why if you listen to what he says when he talks, he pauses a lot in between his words, and that's him listening
Mm.
to Spielberg in between.
What's beautiful about this movie is that when you see Andy walking to the village, this is just the painting. And Indiana Jones movies are known for that. Like at the end of Raiders, when they're pushing the Ark into all those
Yeah.
boxes, it's just a giant painting.
Yep. Yep. I love that kind of stuff. It's like a classic
It
Spielberg
makes
thing
it
too.
it makes it beautiful.
Yeah. Like these moments, like these little moments in this movie are pure classic Indiana Jones, and I love it. There's just there's just not enough of it in this movie in comparison to like Raiders and Crusades. But these are really cool moments. Like he's just standing there, like he doesn't really know. He has that classic Harrison Ford, like I really don't want to be here look. No, poor short round. That's got to be awkward. So what's the situation? Can you remind me what's going on with these villagers?
Yeah, the sacred stone was taken out of their church, I guess, and with that being gone, nothing would grow, nothing would produce. The rains didn't come or anything like that. So
Hmm,
they can't grow any food or produce anything
nice.
because the power of the stone is not giving them,
Okay.
stuff like that.
And
I
their
have been
kid.
in this situation 3 times in my life where I've
What?
been
What?
given something to eat and
You don't really want to eat it?
no, and they lean and one of them was in Africa.
Oh
The
boy.
the director was like, "Dude, these people are really poor. You need to
Yeah.
eat it and just throw it up later." And so it was
Oh man, really? It was actually that bad?
yeah, we were out in an AIDS it was an AIDS camp. People in Africa who have HIV AIDS get forced out of the natural city. So they build these community groups and they live in these mud huts just like what you see there. So we were there to help them with some agriculture project products. This was way back in 2006. This is a long time ago.
Mm.
And yeah, sure enough, they brought a plate of food and it was just like it
Do
was
you
awful.
do you know what it was?
Yeah, it was chicken skins
Hmm.
and it's all mashed into like a patty and they cooked it over fire.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was terrible, but I ate it. So,
I love
yeah.
that short round's got Indy's hat on right now.
See,
That's
that's
a
the thing.
cool.
That's him being like, "It's my hero."
Yeah, absolutely. Sean said old movies are the best. My wife and I have started a new rule. When we watch stuff after work, nothing after 1999. That's cool. Yeah, old movies are the best. I recently tweeted a little bit ago that Netflix has a section called movies from the 1990s, and it's like everything good that I've ever watched is in that list.
And I will have to tell you, this was the scene. This was one of the scenes for me that prompted me to want to learn other languages. True
Oh, for
story.
real?
Not just blowing smoke. Yeah, the fact that he was able to interpret this guy, I was
Yeah,
like, how cool is that?
yeah.
So I started learning French of all
Not exactly a lost language.
French. Yeah, it's really helped out a lot.
So there's like a little fan theory um, about Short Round and Indiana Jones 5. Some people think that Short Round should be the one that comes back and gets Indy passes the torch off to him. Since he so idolizes Indiana Jones, it would make sense that when he grew up, he would become just like him. And I actually love that.
You like that better than Mutt?
Yeah, for sure. And I try not to hold Shia LaBeouf's like craziness outside of the movies against him. Like Mutt was a fine character. He was a little cringeworthy at times, but I think if they would have maybe given him another chance, he probably could have done better. Because Shia LaBeouf's a decent actor. He was pretty good in Fury. He was good in a couple of his movies. So I try not to hold it against him that he's kind of a nut job. But I think just the relationship of Short Round and Indy would be much better played for a passing of the torch kind of a movie.
I think it would have been cool to have, it would have been cool to at least have him in there, maybe even have to be rescued. When Indiana Jones, when Crystal Skull first came out, when they were talking about Crystal Skull before the title came out, I swore up and down, I thought I had it planned out that he was gonna have to go and rescue the Ark again. Like I swore, like I bet they're gonna throw the Ark in there, like someone stole the Ark. And then after the first scene in Crystal Skull, they show the Ark of the Covenant for like
Yeah.
a second. I'm like, oh man, they messed up my movie. But whatever, it is what it is.
There's another script. I haven't gotten a chance to read it yet, but it's the original script. And it wasn't called Crystal Skull. It was called Kingdom of the Gods, I think. And apparently, it was like leaps and bounds better than Crystal Skull, but it just didn't get made because of Lucas. He had some creative differences with Spielberg about it. Okay, so this kid escaped on his own. Right here, we're watching the kid climb down
Yeah.
the rocks back to his village. Oh, it makes me sad that this kid is naturally that skinny. Like they just found some
Oh,
local
that
kid
the whole
there.
country's like that. Even like the rich kids. So it's not
Oh,
even. It's not. That's just normal. It's because you know what it is. Everybody walks everywhere in
yeah.
India. So
Kid's
I
a
will
good
say
actor
this.
though.
Yeah, well, it was a local talent from what I read. It was just they just grabbed some local people to do some of the parts there.
Yeah, and that's always nice, when
Well, it
big
helps.
budget movies go to like small places and help, they give them money and pay them to be in the movie and stuff.
Coming up, we are going to have the infamous shooting star scene that Spielberg likes to throw in movies from time to time.
Ooh, talk to me about that. What I'm not aware of this.
Well, ever since when he was filming the movie Jaws, he actually filmed an actual shooting star. From what I've wrong, somebody correct me. But he actually filmed an actual shooting star when he was just filming the boat at night, and he's thought of it as somewhat of kind of a good luck sign kind of thing. So he tries to incorporate that. At least he tried to incorporate that in many of his movies.
Hmm.
So here, when he's sitting under the stars, you'll see there's
Oh yeah,
a star that should be flying by. So it started with Jaws.
that's a nice visual too.
Oh yeah, it's
That
perfect.
scene right there. Sean said Crystal Skull breaks down for me when they leave the cemetery. I like it when it's just the two of them solving the mystery. I agree. I think the third act it starts to fall apart a little bit at the beginning. I'm not a huge fan of the beginning of that movie, but I definitely like once they start trying to solve the mystery. It's when it kind of has that classic indie feel to it.
Yep. And there's a shooting star.
Nice.
The crazy thing is the actor who played Short Round, I can't his name's he kind of disappeared after this. He was
Yeah, he
after this,
doesn't.
he was in Goonies. I think Goonies was after this one. Oh no, I think Goonies was before Temple of Doom.
I don't remember. I don't
I
like
really
either of them.
believe Goonies came out. Can someone check that for me on Google? I believe Goonies came out first, and then the popularity of this character.
So did Indiana Jones or oh my god, Harrison Ford? He hurt his back in this movie. It was during that fight scene. But was there something that happened with one of these elephants that they were doing something with? I feel like he fell off of it or something like that. There was another injury in this movie.
No, I heard this. I heard hurt his back, and there's a scene where. So when we get to it, I'll point it out. There's a scene where he has his shirt off, and
Yeah.
he Short Round returns him back to Indy, and he's running across and you could definitely see a man trying to run with like his back completely messed up.
Sean said Goonies,
I
1985.
am wrong. I am wrong. Thank you, Sean, for looking that up and correcting me.
Sean's awesome. Thank you, buddy, for joining us again. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you. So they probably used him from the indie fame and put him in the Goonies to maybe attract people to come watch. So
yeah,
he hurt his back riding the elephant. Yes. Okay.
Okay. There's another scene. We'll talk about it when it comes up, but it's a fight scene that he does where you can actually hear Harrison Ford grunt. And I don't know, maybe it's because of his injury that it hurt him so much, but he did something to his back. Oh, I just can't stand this woman. What is she doing? She's putting perfume on the elephant.
Now, for whatever it's worth, my mom thought this was hilarious because she said she would see. My mom is she's not an adventurer. She's an indoor. I'm gonna cook a pie, and like she hates when the bathroom stinks and all that stuff. So she literally was saying she would do the same thing. The filming of the bats here was random. They were just on site, and the bats were flying over. Steven Spielberg was saying they just decided to keep it in the film.
Look, she's still dumping perfume on the poor elephant, man.
Well, they used that so she could get thrown off the elephant.
Oh. Here we go. This is like a bad kids movie. Like those weird moments that are supposed to be funny. It's just some I don't know. It just reminds me of like young adult movies. And you can't tell me this is a young adult movie because there's some guy getting his heart ripped out in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, Indiana Jones was the very first PG-13 movie. Is that?
Yep.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, they made it. Steven Spielberg. It was going to get an R rating, but Steven Spielberg pulled some strings with the MPAA, and that's when they created the PG-13 rating for it. Oh God! Stop talking, lady. She's just screaming into the. Oh.
But see, I love the fact that Indiana later says, this is the problem with these kind of women. This all the noise.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. If I was in the jungle and you see this stuff, I'd scream a little bit too. Especially the monkey. The monkey part freaked me out even as a kid watching it.
What, when she was eating the brains?
No, when she's running around here in the jungle and all these little creatures, I think she picks up a bat.
Yeah,
now to her credit, when she talks about this film, a lot of these creatures, they actually made her whole. Yeah.
Okay. Well, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, they actually made her like touch like the snakes and the bugs and stuff.
Oh,
they
yeah.
actually
she had to
let her.
We should probably save this for when it actually shows up, but she had to take a sedative for that bug scene. She had to get doped up for that. Oh, scream some more. PJ, proper Jeremy, you keeping track of all these screams? Oh, there's another one. Oh.
Sean with the random fact: the elephant ate the dress. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was actually it was like a authentically made with 1920s. What's the word? 1920s fabric. Like they got fabric from the 1920s and made that dress, and the elephant ate it.
That's pretty awesome.
See, if it was just him and Short Round in this scene and she wasn't running around like a crazy person, I think it would be all right. She just, I mean, she's even annoying the characters in the movie.
Yeah, but that was her job.
I know. That's exactly what Spielberg was going for. So I guess he
They wanted
succeeded.
like the complete opposite of Indiana Jones. She is the complete opposite. And then like at the end when she tries to be tough, she can't be tough.
Yeah.
You know? But I'll give her this, man, dude. You'd have to pay me a ton of money. I hate snakes too. To wrap a snake around my neck and have me throw it off, like ooh, that scene.
Is that coming up soon? Like she thinks it's the
Yeah,
elephant,
yeah.
right?
Because see, the elephant's hitting her on the head,
Yeah.
and then
If anybody can in the comments, if you guys can hear, I want you to be able to hear a little bit of the movie just for like audio cues. Let me know if the volume's high enough. I can bump it up a little bit. This elephant is just torturing this poor woman.
and you know they must have done this over and over and over again.
Oh yeah.
See, Willie tells a little bit of her story about why she wants to be rich. So, you know, that her dad was really poor a
Yeah.
magician, and she's like, I ain't having that. So it just goes into her character. It's like I want big hotels, bright lights. And this stuff is not. Can't deal with it. Now they drop the boat. See, they put it right around her neck. Oh my gosh.
And Indy's terrified of snakes. She didn't even notice.
Yeah, that's the dimwit blonde character.
Yeah. I mean, I get that's what they're going for. It's just definitely not what I would want to see in an indie film, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess. That's a big freaking elephant, dude. Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah, that's a big one. And he fell off of that elephant, and that's what
Yeah,
the
that's
story
what
was.
hurt his back. Yeah.
God, could you imagine? That's a big fall.
That's like 10 feet easy.
Yeah, that's a. Yeah, they
Nate,
said
is that any better? I bumped up the
bump it
volume
up.
for you. I haven't even looked. How many people do we have watching right now? I haven't looked.
We're at 5,
Nice.
but it's randomly. Okay, Nate says I don't think he fell off of it. I have never ridden an elephant before, so I don't know what that's like.
What's he finding right now? What's he looking at? Oh, that's creepy.
The dead fingers.
This is the first glimpse of a gruesome part of this movie.
Cybertronic, Sean, always they want you to bump it up even more. Go for it,
boy.
man.
Let me move it quick.
Yeah, Harrison Ford has had back troubles before this, is what I've read. And so Sean says, I thought it was just him riding on the elephant was grinding his back up. It's possible.
Ooh. She just got off that elephant with some serious grace. Did you see that?
Yeah.
She's like she knew
they're
she was
trying
doing.
to make it. They're trying to make it pretty serious. So that blood's pretty fresh too, because it just came off on his hand.
Yeah. He's like, don't come over here. The locals are freaking out. He's seen this before.
And there's flying bats.
That's
like
cool.
Right that is a great shot. That's a great shot.
Awesome. Elephants are running. They're getting left behind.
Because that was before they couldn't put those bats in the like they're not CGI. They didn't have the technology. What a great shot.
That's so cool. Now, if I saw that and I was on the ground, I might freak out a little. I wouldn't scream, but I might go for some cover for sure. So here's another matte painting, because that walkway is all just a painting that they're walking up to. This looks. Is this real? This looks real.
Yeah, they filmed this movie in actually Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is an island that's south of India. So a lot of the bridge scene and everything was all built in the island of Sri Lanka.
Nice.
And see, this is what missed from, in my opinion, the Crystal Skull. They missed the I missed the big scenes. The Crystal Skull felt like it was filmed in a giant. It felt like it was filmed like a prequel,
Yeah,
a Star Wars
it
prequel.
very
Everything was
it very
CGI,
much was too. Everything was
and
filmed in a studio in California.
yeah, and it just took away the realness of who Indiana Jones was, and
Yeah.
I think that killed the film for me.
You want to know why they did that though? Why they filmed it in California? Because they
Money safer. I
no,
mean,
it was Spielberg. It was a 3-month shooting plan, and he didn't want to be outside the states for 3 months. He wanted to stay. There was something going on. I don't think there was anything bad going on with his family, but I think he just wanted to be close to his family. So he's like, "No, let's just do it on the studio. We'll film everything here, and we'll CGI what we need to." So I'll give you that. That's an
it
absolutely fair.
showed, man. It really showed.
Yeah, that's an
I didn't mind
absolutely
the
fair
gophers and
criticism.
stuff. Like, I didn't mind that. Actually, my favorite scene of Crystal Skull was the ant. Like, that to me was a lot of indie stuff, like the giant ants. Um, I didn't care for the ending that all. The ending just kind of left me like there was just the aliens just left.
Yeah. So
So just remember that. What is it? What is it with the gophers? Oh, I don't know if
oh
you're
yeah,
being.
they were in the movie like 4 times or 3 times. I think they showed up. It was like once when they first opened the movie, and then he was in the desert fighting somebody, and then after the nuke went off, they showed up again. I was like, "What? Why are they here all? It's like, what's going on with this?"
And they were all CGI gophers,
Yeah,
and
100%.
you could tell that they were.
So quick about this movie, that general that he just met in the red coat, I think he's standing behind him right now. Yeah, this guy. Um, he is a character that is, I want to say, inspired by or taken from another movie. If I can remember the title of it, but there was a scene in that movie where soldiers like just massacred this village. And they mention that in this movie, and it kind of is like a little Easter egg that this is the same guy from another movie, not a Spielberg movie or anything. It's just a completely different movie, but he brought that character into this one and made like a little Easter egg. It was oh god, I can't remember of it. It was I talked about it in my Indiana Jones podcast.
Lawrence of Arabia?
No, not Lawrence of Arabia. It was a war movie. Jeez. I'm gonna shoot myself for not remembering what that is.
Well, a fun history fact: if you don't know your history, the British they owned all of India, Sri Lanka. There was a time where the British colonies they had British colonies owned everything. At one point, they were actually kind of a big empire that owned a lot of the Middle East during this set time period. So they were in charge. They occupied.
Here it is.
There's an old saying, yeah, where he talks about that.
Yeah.
The mutiny of 18. Yeah.
Yes, well, I think there are other events before the mutiny, going back a century, back to the time of.
See, this is classic Indy, where he's talking about history and stuff. You can tell he loves it.
Yeah.
What is she do? Oh, she's dumping perfume on the fat guy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gross, dude. And they cut the snake open. Oh. Props. Gotta give credit to the props department on that one. Did I lose you, 3PO? You still there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. Yeah, it's pretty gross. I accidentally hit a button and my movie backed up, so I'm trying to like.
Oh, all right. So the guy's guzzling the snakes right now.
What number are you on?
1 hour, 15 minutes, 41 seconds.
1:15. No problem.
Village stories, Dr. Jones. I love it. That's classic Indy folklore.
Yeah.
Folklore turns out to be true.
But people didn't know the British occupied India. So we got the. Tell me your number again, Salty.
1 hour, 15 minutes, 9 seconds.
Okay. Okay, so I'm a tad ahead of you.
They're
They just brought out the
passing
beetle
around.
bugs, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm right there. I'm with you.
Okay.
Are you not eating? I had bugs for lunch, she says.
Yeah, exactly. That was a cringy line. I'm gonna puke in your hat. Yeah. Then he burps.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yes. Nate, I love the darkness of this movie. Yeah, it's got some really dark moments, dude. They're punctuated with these really goofy, like off.
You might have another take after this is over.
Maybe. I haven't had so much to
Star
say
Wars
about.
burp. That's right, Sean. That was the Scarlac burp when they ate Boba
No
Fett.
way.
Same sound effect. Nicely done.
That's awesome. That's a great little trivia too. Now, was that the guy who recorded it and they used it in Star Wars, or is that just a general sound effect? Oh, the eyeballs. So are they? What kind of eyeballs are they? Are those human, or are they just monkey?
They got to be monkey or elephant. Now they did when I was in India, they did serve monkey brains.
That's a thing.
It is a thing because monkeys, everywhere in that country. Sri Lanka is actually they have a part of it where it's called Monkey Island, and Disney did a whole documentary on the monkeys there in Monkey Island, and people don't really mess with them. The monkeys sometimes go into town and steal stuff, like they steal out of people's kitchens and run off, and people like don't mess with them.
Yeah,
because they don't want to get hurt. So. You get to hear from the emperor the first time, and yes, emperors were children. So that is a very that's.
I assure you, this will never happen again in my kingdom.
Straight. So see, that's why I think the kids played a part in this.
I'm sorry.
This kid, he can carry it. I'm all right with this because it's a truthful thing. There were child emperors and whatnot.
They called me 3PO as like a mini Indiana Jones. I appreciate. I don't know if I'm mini. I think I'm bigger than him personally, but
if you, I don't know if you want to shout out your other Instagram, but you got some photos of you up on there that you have that Indy hat, and I comment all the time, like, dude, it's Indiana Jones.
I do wear the fedora when I travel. I never ate monkey brains. Unless they fed it to me and I didn't realize it.
Yeah, I would skip that. Monkeys are a little too. They're a little too close to humans.
I had worms and scorpion.
Now, scorpion. I live in the West Coast, Southwest, and we have scorpions all over the place. But I have never had a desire to eat one of those things. I've been stung by one.
Did you really?
Yeah.
There's nothing you have that I could possibly want.
This is classic. If you want to have some alone time.
Nice. Oh, he brought her a plate of fruit. How nice.
What I want to know is where did he get the suit? Was that in his little satchel?
It had to have been
bow tie. That's his because that's his college teaching clothes.
Yeah, he didn't bring a suitcase out of the plane.
But he does wear that shirt all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that shirt's got multiple uses. And it gets torn up in this movie too. It doesn't make it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It don't last. But that's his typical shirt that like can go with the suit, go with the leather jacket, or just go without.
Yep.
So this is where the sexual tension comes in.
Yeah. He's using all the lines on her.
Yeah. But he realized it's funny where she's like, I'm not that easy, but she really makes herself that easy.
Dude. Yeah. She acts like she doesn't want it. She acts like she hates him, but We all know how that works out. I think Sean said, I think when the spikes come down from the ceiling later on, they use the carbon freezing chamber sound too. Ooh, I'm going to look out for that. That's a good.
That is great.
You conceited ape.
Now, this one scene coming up, I will say it was a cool scene in my opinion, but it is very unbelievable.
Is it the painting guy that comes out of the wall?
No, it's that, but it's the fact that I have ceiling fans in my house, and if I just touch it with my hand, they'll fall down.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's no way I'm hanging myself on a ceiling fan.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. 100%. I remember that now that you said it.
Yeah, like
So they're trying to outlast each other right now. They're trying to say, I'm not going to go have sex with you. You're going to go. You're going to break first.
And Short Round's passed out on the little couch there on the other side, sleeping in a very uncomfortable position.
Is. Where did she get those PJs? They just had them laying around at the palace?
They must have given them to her.
This is funny, but I feel like it doesn't belong in an Indiana Jones movie. Like, this looks like it's supposed to be like a romantic comedy.
Yes, I agree with you. But I guess they were set up when he goes back in there. They were trying to set up something to why he would just bust in the room and she'd be like, "Oh, you came back for me."
Yeah.
But he might be another assassin. And it's funny because he puts her on total mode. Like, he's just, it's like, you get away from me.
Oh, that was silly.
I don't think I've ever paced like this as a man.
That's insane. So the background, that painting in the background, I'm trying to pick out where one. Oh, there. Okay, so there you could see him.
There he comes.
Yep. Oh. Okay, so this part, I think, is where he hurts his back because you can hear him scream when he flips the guy over him. Right there. Spielberg likes to play with shadows a lot too. If you look, he did that in Raiders too. Sean's got a lot to say here. Hold on a second. Short Round in the book has a lot bigger scene in the beginning. Sneaks into the theater, gets chased by people. It was kind of cool. Still haven't finished reading it. All right, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm off to dinner with the wife. I'll catch the rest of the stream tomorrow. Hey, good night, Sean. Thank you very much for stopping by. Appreciate all the insights. There's the whip. Nice. Oh, okay. This is what you're talking about?
Yes.
That is one strong fan.
Yeah.
Turn off the switch.
Yeah, that guy was a big dude too. It wouldn't have been able to hold him. I
get
what they were trying to do here, but
I like that part. Oh, be gentle with me.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
He's just
I like that face.
Yeah, exactly. He's like straight up ignore mode. Like,
yeah.
Straight up.
It's like, I'm not looking for that right now. The time has passed.
Yeah. His adrenaline pumping. He just killed a man.
Yep.
Welcome Abu Nas to the chat.
Abu Nas is here? Popping in real quick to show love for my brothers. What's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. Hey, I'm right here. Where do you get that match from?
Yeah, exactly.
And that match is putting out a ton of light. a ton of backlight behind his arm.
So what do you think?
What do I think about what?
Give me a number shout out again.
Oh, 1 hour, 4 minutes, 57 seconds.
Okay.
So the match went out. Indy's looking at the camera. He's walking down the stone hallway. He's got his leather jacket. All right, so we're just about. This is about where the spikes come out of the ceiling, right?
Stay behind me, short route. Step where I step. And don't touch anything.
He's telling short round, walk where I walk.
Yeah. Whoa. That's pretty scary. Little
step where I step. Yeah. And we've got two weird looking bodies.
Yeah, they don't look like real. They look like something you'd see at like a horror house in Halloween or something. Nate said Harrison Ford was out with his back injury. There's a part where in the scenes in the spike room where you slow it down, you can obviously see that Indy's stunt double.
Oh.
We'll check it out. We'll keep an eye on it. And I want to listen for that sound effect, too. The carbon freezing sound effect. Oh, look at all those bugs.
That was funny where she had to push on the statue of the boobs, and she didn't want to.
Yeah. I like how they make these bugs, like, squeal, like they're mice.
Exactly. See, I couldn't stand still. If there's bugs crawling on my shoe, I'm, like, jumping, stomping.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one.
So they just walk into the pit. That's where I'm at.
Yep.
And he steps on the – okay.
Yep.
They're about the same. So this is where this is where I feel the kid did kid things. Stepped on something he wasn't supposed to, triggered.
Yeah.
Because that's where I think that's what children do.
Yeah.
They find the thing they're not supposed to get into and they get into it. Like that's just what they do. Yeah, and then he tells him to lean up against the wall. And of course, the one place.
Yeah, I'll give you that. The trouble that he gets into is very much realistic for. Yeah, look, you told me to do this. This is your fault.
But see, that's a child's attitude as well.
Absolutely.
So that is. So,
yeah, my kid does the same thing.
You got to give me that one. You got to give me that one.
I'll give you that one. That was accurate.
And now you have the ditzy
blonde. There's a scream. What is that? What's going on? Oh, okay. It's the spikes. I was like, I don't remember zombies in this movie.
Yes.
Yikes.
So obviously, multiple people have died in this room.
How can she hear them?
That's what I was saying. Like, that was interesting. I love when he puts the skull up there to slow it down because that's a typical indie thing to do. He's trying to calculate how to get out.
Yeah, he needs more time. Yeah, okay, so for this scene, they needed to sedate her to get her to be able to do this without freaking out too much. Like, she fainted, I think, the first time.
I don't know, dude. I
don't think that skull would hold up to that rock, though.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, she's covered in bugs.
I think a lot of these that are on her now are rubber, like they're not real.
You think so? I don't know, dude. That one's crawling on her shoulder right now.
That's true.
Oh.
You're right. There is one. Yeah. It's a big boy too. I don't even know what type of bug that is. Those big, giant praying mantis looking things.
They look like fat stick bugs.
You're right. The big June bugs on here they're crawling. The big beetles are crawling around while she's acting.
Yep.
What are those bugs?
Ugh. See, I don't know about this, man. I wouldn't be able to do this.
Yeah, that's.
I'd be like, sorry, Andy, you're dead. See, now, okay, so this scene is funny with that face that he made, but I don't understand why they made it like a comedic moment when this is supposed to be like a life and death situation.
That obviously is a stage dummy just rocking back and forth with the bugs. It does show Indy's intelligence where he's like, there's a fulcrum switch somewhere. There always has to be. Like, I wouldn't even think about that. I'd be like, what the heck?
I like that look that he gives her right there.
Typical child, he running away from the scene. Like, he just books it, like I'm in trouble. And here's the ditzy blonde setting everything off.
It wasn't me. I don't know. This scene just doesn't have the same feel as like the opening to Raiders or the last scene in Crusades where they had to go through the traps. Like those scenes had more believable tension to them, I guess.
I'll give you that, yeah.
It just came off silly, and I'm not sure if it was because of Harrison Ford's acting where he's making those funny faces, or if it was because of Willie, like just like constant comedic timing. All right, here we go. This is like the really dark moment, right, where they start ripping people apart.
Yeah, it says worshiping a god ceremony, and I think that's the other thing that I like. The Indiana Jones always kept with religious things.
Yeah,
and I guess being having a degree in religion, it's just fascinating to me. Crystal Skull, that was
they want to
very myth, like aliens and stuff like this.
They went a very different direction. Lucas wanted to do the 1950s Roswell type thing, where you're absolutely right. Though it takes away from the classic indie religious artifact, So are these the kids that are just standing there watching this, or are they like servants? What's going on?
No, these are not the kids. These are the followers of Shiva, one of the Hindu gods.
Oh, okay. Yeah, these are adults.
Right.
Man, this is creepy. This is such a tonal change. Like you go from like the comedic adventure to this within one scene. That's just
very true.
Wow.
Dude, the guy's a great villain.
Oh my god, that face can only be a villain. This poor sap.
He had a great voice too.
Oh, for sure.
Here comes the human sacrifice.
Yeesh. I might be ahead of you a little bit. So they're
give me a number.
They're putting him in the cage right now.
Yeah, I'm in the. They're putting him in the cage right now.
Okay.
So it might be like 10 seconds. It's all right. Now, they re-released the Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom a month later without this scene in the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
In theaters?
In theaters. Because that is the movie that my parents took me to go see when I wanted to see this.
Huh. Was it marketed as like a PG version of it, or?
It was marketed like it was on the news saying you could go to select theaters and see the scene where he doesn't pull out the heart.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
I don't know how they. Well, they did that again with the Passion of the Christ. Actually, when the Passion of the Christ came out, they re-released like a PG version of the Passion of the Christ. It wasn't as brutal. But looking at this scene now, it was kind of like it. I guess back then you could see where it was like
Yeah.
really gross. But now, like, yeah, it doesn't look anything.
It's pretty tame now. I mean, we've got stuff like Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
where it's way worse than this. But the 1980s, that's pretty gruesome for that time period. They didn't hold back. They showed the heart coming out and stuff. He's still alive. Yeah. How is he still alive? Is this like a black thing?
black magic.
That sucks, dude. Like, I'm gonna rip your heart out, but you're still
And then
gonna
I'm gonna set you on fire.
And then I'm gonna set you on fire, but you're still gonna be alive. Jeez, man. Yeah, my mom would be freaking out if she saw this.
It's
she's a very religious person. She would be like, "Oh my God, turn it off! It's the devil."
Ah. I love the fact that his heart catches on fire as well.
Oh my God, and it's beating faster too.
Yeah.
It's like it's still attached to him, dude. That is so creepy. These people are all chanting. Oh, this poor guy. And there's the animatronic.
Yeah.
It gets over to it. Yeah, I can see PG-13, rated R.
Yeah, because it's just like, yeah, it's really dark.
Oh, now he covers up Short Round's eyes. Come on, dude.
Yeah, exactly. He waited. But this set was, wow.
Oh, the set's amazing. Like, if you're going to build a set to make it look like a death worshiper cult, you succeeded, man.
So here is the most random fun fact you probably will never know. On Saturday morning cartoons, they used to have a cartoon called The Muppets. Now we're going to get a glimpse of the Stones here. And when they come together, they used to have a Muppets cartoon, right? And the Muppets cartoon redid a lot of the movies they did a lot of pop culture, and they did the Temple of Doom scene where Fozzie Indiana Jones, and he went to steal the stones, and they actually showed a clip of this actual clip in that cartoon, and it was such a big deal to parents that the next week they issued an apology.
No way.
Yeah.
So they actually put a clip from this movie
this movie where Fozzie Bear is actually replaced Indiana Jones looking down, and he gets the whip and he goes down to steal these stones. So this scene right here and a few others, and they were just like, well, that movie is just like not appropriate for kids on Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah. She's freaking out in the background.
Gets triggered. Diamonds. Diamonds trigger her. The ceremony's over. The sacrifice is made.
Yep. Everybody goes back.
You got to give it, to their daily lives like nothing ever happened. But see, with Raiders of the Lost Ark, this one and Last Crusade, the set designs were incredible. Like the set designs in Raiders during the snake scene. Yeah. It's just so big and so, like everything was just there. Like this set design was amazing. Like there's nothing CGI there. Like they built this for this movie.
And that's always a good
doors. Thing. Oh man, it just makes the movie so much better. Like, look at him crawling through. I think we're around the same.
Yeah. He's walking on the edge. They're watching him. He's getting closer.
He's about to whip over the elephant nose and I love big sets in movies, and I think it helps.
Oh, it definitely adds a lot.
And again, that's what was lacking for me. Crystal Skull was like, I think the biggest set design that I really noticed was when they were kind of grave robbing that one scene.
Yeah.
I love this. Tips his hat to the cobra. coming
Are
up.
those arms? Are those arms hanging off that thing?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's extremely creepy. Indy gets mesmerized by the power. The music's kind of cool here.
Yeah, very intense.
You could buy these prop replicas. They're about $190 on eBay.
And when you get them close together, they glow.
I think so.
I don't know if I would want to do that, man. It seems like it'd be like bad mojo.
Yeah, could be. So there's the Cobra. Now, see, we've already seen the Cobra in Raiders, but this is supposed to happen before Raiders.
That's when he realizes there's somebody out.
The slave kids, man.
Yeah.
Just hearing them getting whipped.
That's a terrible sound.
And I think I like that, man. I like the fact that he
feels bad.
He went back.
Oh, is that skin?
Yeah, I know. It looks like
Jesus, those are flayed people.
Yeah.
God, this movie's dark.
Maybe that's why they felt they had to add some comedy elements to try to lighten it a little bit.
Maybe.
That was a scary scene for me when that happened.
Whoa. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. See, Short Round trying to kick. He's a child.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's happening. Yeah, I'll give you that. So far, Short Rounds have been pretty accurate as a kid. I think it's the big final battle that things might change a little bit. And I'm not I don't know. I remember the minecart chase scene seemed really off to me for some reason. We'll have to see when it comes up.
See, you might be remembering Short Round and putting him with Goonies more.
Maybe.
And that's why.
Oh.
You know who that guy is, right? That guy with the whip?
The guard? No.
Yeah. All right. He's the same guy that fought Indy in Raiders of the Lost Ark on that plane scene.
Oh, that's the big Nazi guy?
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Oh.
So he gets to get killed twice in 2 different movies. Yeah, he's a stunt man, so they used him again for this scene.
Whoa.
Which I thought was kind of cool that he got to be in 2 different movies. Almost the same scene. Not same scene, but same scene.
Yeah.
You know, the big fight scene. The big dude fighting Indy. He ain't wearing the leather coat, though, man. He might be hot all the time.
I always think that. Especially when they were doing the desert stuff in Raiders. He's out in the desert with a leather coat on. I'm like, God, man, that must be just drenched in sweat.
Oh, yeah, dude. Leathers. Oh, my. I mean, the only thing that it does well is reflect the heat, but that jacket it'd probably be like an oven. Or the dark spell, poison, things like that. And you see really malnourished.
Yeah.
We'll be alive, but like a nightmare. You drink blood, you not wake up from nightmare.
They're gonna make him drink the poison. They give a little more backdrop of the type of god that he's worshiping here and the power that they have. A lot of it's kind of voodoo-ish, like voodoo ceremony here, with the drinking of the blood and these type of things here. So fire, they use fire a lot in movies to like break the spell off different people.
Yeah.
I know I've seen that. I know I've seen that more than once where they've used fire.
Yeah, it has something to do with like if you burn the person, it snaps them out of their spell.
Right. I've seen that in other movies. I can't, not off the top of my head, but I've definitely seen that in other films where they've used fire to break the spell off people.
He's talking trash to this guy, and he's captive. It's awesome.
Oh, man, that's why you gotta love Indy. Just didn't care. He just didn't care.
You're right, though. That guy's face is perfect for this villain.
Oh, perfect villain.
He's got the crazy
for
eyes,
this
man.
movie, right? And there's the big dude.
I don't know if you could get away with this these days, because he's a big white dude and he's dressed up like an Indian guy.
There's one kid's already turned, so he drank the poison.
Oh man, that's a gruesome cup too.
Oh, I know, man. Could you imagine?
No, I couldn't.
Like someone's skull.
Yeah, somebody's head with their tongue turned into a spout. That's gross.
I guess I could see why they would want to R-rate this movie, especially during the time it came out.
Yeah, for sure, man. Blood spells and death cults. Like, people, especially 20, 30 years ago, took this stuff pretty seriously.
Now, what's interesting, all right, see, here comes the voodoo. Now, voodoo religion is not part of Hindu religion. So this was a mixture of some things. So they don't really practice this type of religion in India with the making of the little dolls. That is more of a voodoo type thing. So
Yeah.
you find that more in Africa and Haiti and other places like that. So
I didn't remember this. I didn't know they made a doll out of them. Go short round.
well, he's trying to, it's like his father figure at the time, but once short round gets hit, man, that's like his first major blow.
Is he bleeding?
He spit blood in his face. Indy did.
Oh, okay.
All right, he's realizing he's about to get it. Oh. And so is short round. Yeah, feeling a whip across your back is pretty.
Oh.
That's rough, man.
Yeah, dude, this movie is way darker than I remember it being. Like whipping children and stuff.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, again, like I said, the voodoo doll stuff is not part of these type of religion. That's something that I think they just added, just for the dramatic scene. But they did have type of gods that they worship like that in India way back in the day.
Yeah.
All right, so he drinks the poison.
Oh, poor short round, dude. He's out of it.
See, I want to know who came in and lit all these candles. I think that was a big deal because you couldn't just light one. By the time you got all the way around, the first ones would already be melted. That's a lot of candles. And look at the wax that's stripped down. So see, sets like this, man, they make the movie so real to me.
Yeah.
It's like, you can see the candle wax.
It's a nice added care. Like, you can tell, like, they spent some time making this. Which I'm not, like, CGI can be the same way. It takes a lot of time to do CGI work, but it just doesn't have the same effect on screen.
Yeah. Now, the CGI they used in Jurassic Park was fantastic. It's because they didn't use it on backdrop scenery. The CGI in the prequels was pretty gross, actually.
Yeah.
Like, in some of the backdrop scenes was so bad, like it's just really bad.
I think George, in his own mind, he was always the one who was trying to push cinema into the future. So he did that with Star Wars, the original trilogy, where all that stuff with the models and the camera work and the lasers, like, that was all pushing cinema to the future. But he did the same thing in the 90s, just the future of cinema was CGI in the 90s, and he just went overboard with it. And
new thing. That's why I was like, it was a new thing.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it was gorgeous. Like Naboo. Naboo is one of the most beautiful backdrops for a city in Phantom Menace. Oh, that's weird.
But when they took the original trilogy and they added all those CGI characters, I felt it took away from.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I felt it took away a lot.
Harrison's in good shape in this movie, man. Look at him. shredded.
He was in good shape in Crystal Skull too for a man of his age.
Yeah.
He had a shirtless scene in there where they were hosing him off, and
Yeah,
I
that's
was
right.
like, "All right, man, he's doing all right."
Yeah, he had some good muscle on him in that scene. I remember I watched it recently. And he was, what, 70s, 75, I think, when they
Yeah,
filmed that movie.
yeah.
I'm not going to have anything nice to say about this place when I get back. You're going to die, lady.
Yeah.
What kind of line is that? Like it's a hotel. She's
I
going
think
to
this is
leave a bad review.
This is a great that was a great camera angle, shooting over her shoulder and having the villain come up.
Yeah.
Oh, I love when he films stuff like this.
Kalima.
Now, the thing I found interesting is why he didn't take her heart. I guess it was just
He acts like he's going to.
he probably should have, but then he just kind of like, whatever.
He just smiles at her like he was going to. Look, he's got his hand in the position. He just doesn't do it.
So now he signals, her friend, like, hey, you do it.
Oh, that's what it was. He had an idea.
Yeah.
He's like, let's bring Indian on this. Make him do it.
They didn't. They really didn't give him much of a costume. Just a little red rope.
Yeah.
Painted on his forehead. They called it a day. Oh, dude, I love the camera work in this scene, though. The
Zooming in on the.
Oh man, and he turns around. It's just, I don't know. I love it. I love everything about it. And she's in panic mode.
Yeah. What's up, rookie critic? How you doing, buddy? We're watching Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. We've got 38 minutes left on the dot. If you want to open up Netflix and check it out, we're right at the scene where Indy is doing the ritual with Willie Scott.
Yeah.
So short round gets out. Okay, so short round gets out. He's running away. Nobody sees him.
Well, because they're all up there. They're all part of the ritual, so they wouldn't be down there. I love that they left the whip blood on the back of Indy, like he's still bleeding from the whip. Oh man, rookie critic! I haven't watched Indiana Jones in like 10 years. You're missing out, man.
Dude, jump on. This is
You
fun.
gotta watch at least once a year. I think I watch these movies like at least once a year.
Oh yeah, there's Indiana Jones.
It reminds me of why I went into teaching and why I do what I mean. Like he really had an impact on me.
Nobody's stopping him. Like he's walking past like 5 or 6 guards now. All the kids notice.
One.
There we go. Okay, see, look. All right, let's see what's going on.
Hasn't done anything too crazy.
All right. I'm leery about this though. I'm keeping a close eye on this. He's outrunning this guy, which.
Now this might have been pushing it a little bit.
Yeah, this is Goonies.
The latter scene, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, rookie. We'll see you next time, buddy.
See you later, rookie critic. This can't be happening. This can't be. I'd probably be saying the same thing. Like, oh my god, this is a dream, right? Please get me out of here. So this is lava, right? They're in like some kind of a volcano.
Yes.
So forgive me for saying this, but I'm pretty sure at this point she'd already be dead.
Yeah, she wouldn't be able to breathe.
Yeah, the air would be too hot to breathe. Her lungs would be scorched. I work at
she got closer.
I work at an industrial, like a furnace area. A lot of the stuff we use is really hot, and you don't have to get very close to this stuff before you start feeling it.
No, her skin would be melting right now before I even touched it.
Indy's just having the time of his life. Did you see that look on his face?
Yeah. Oh, then he pops Shorty right.
Oh. See, look, what is it? What are they doing? Are they afraid of a kid with a stick? Come on.
Indy's still in zombie mode. All right.
Oh, Indy, I love you. That was sweet.
I mean, see, they got him there. Like, he's not escaping. He's about to cut him.
It's just a little It's a little goofy.
Well, this is where he kicks the guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. The fight scene is terrible.
I'm out. Oh.
That's only 2 scenes, man. 2 scenes. Oh.
That's just a little corny, that's all. Like compared to his
I
other fight.
I gave it to you. But see, I think you could definitely see the thing in the ground when he pole vaults the guy over before he did it. It's like a rock that they put the thing in. It's still there.
Oh, she'd be gone, man. She's toast.
Yeah. All right. This is a weird scene. He just kind of disappears and he like holds a stick up. Yeah, and there he goes. He kind of goes underneath the trap door.
Oh. That was like an old magic trick.
Right.
Get it, Indy. Look at those muscles, man. Harrison Ford's working out routine.
Yeah, and he's not like the overly grotesque
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I don't think that's grotesque, but yeah, he's not like super thick like that.
Yeah.
He's perfect shape for a guy that eats like dirt and walks everywhere.
That was a good block. That's some martial arts.
Now the
skills.
scene's coming up where he's gonna run and you're gonna see his back. Like you can tell, like all right, his back is jacked up.
Oh, that poor girl, man. She's.
All right, see, there's no more scenes with short round. You see, like it was only a couple kicks.
Yeah.
Only a couple. And you got to remember these guys were kind of zombie-ish too, so you know. So you got to throw that in the mix.
There's short round. He's coming back. He's helping out. So are these guys like cheering against him or for him? I don't.
Who knows?
That thing would be so freaking hot.
Oh, the set design is still beautiful. Yeah, it would. It would be untouchable. It would be untouchable. I mean, they tried to make her a little fainty-ish.
Yeah, I mean,
and they overdid the sound effect for this punch, but
oh my god.
Yeah, they overdid that one. I'll give you that. That was a
little corny.
And I like how right there. You see that little run that he did?
Oh yeah, he's in pain.
I mean, he's waving his arms really big and
getting the hat back.
I thought that was a cool scene. Saying sorry. I know I kicked your butt, but
yeah,
I have a heart. You just don't see it in any other movies.
I'm all for that. That's a good character moment for him. Sorry, I'm burping. That was a good character moment for him.
See, you haven't pointed out too many negatives. Not as much as you thought.
Not as many as I thought. It's just an overall feeling of.
Gotcha.
Just a little corny.
This is my favorite part of the whole film.
Here we go.
I love it.
Yep. That scene, the hero scene.
Yeah, he's standing. I know the perfect. The lights coming in.
Yep. He ain't messing around anymore.
It's so awesome, and the guy it's an over punch.
So now we got the kids. We got the kids pouring rocks on people.
Hey man, it's Return of the Jedi, man. Come on, it's Ewoks.
Oh look, they're tripping them on ropes and stuff.
It's Ewoks, dude. It's the Ewoks in Return of the Jedi. And Indy's right there. They got a hero now. They got a champion, so they're starting to. They're starting to come alive. It's just a cool
this
scene.
part is fine. It's just like taking out the guards that easily. Look at these guys. Look at these fools. Look. Oh, we're gonna just tackle you and choke you out.
Yeah, they just overran them.
Oh, God, that guy took a hit. So a lot of these fight scenes, I think, were done with Harrison Ford's stunt double.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Did anybody else see that guy just get hit in the head with the fucking helmet? Come on.
It's a good throw.
God. Yeah. Oh, look, this will be funny. It's so drastic, the tonal change from going from like death cult murder to the Goonies Part 2.
Kind of cool though. They haven't seen the sunlight in a while.
Yeah. Salty nerd, what's up? I can't say your first name. Lannister. Kojima Lannister. What's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by. We're watching Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Let's see, look, he's a kid. He's whipping him. No effect.
Yeah, but this is like the big bad. You know what I mean? I wonder if that guy's got to be still alive. I wonder what he's doing nowadays. Oh no, the voodoo doll. Forgot about that.
This guy dies two amazing ways though, like with propellers, and then he gets grinded up here in like the rock tumbler.
Oh, it's kind of a cool set piece, but it's almost, I don't know. It seems too scripted, I guess. Maybe is the way to put it. Like this almost looks like more like
it's got to be better than the chase scene in Crystal Skull, though.
Oh, through the jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you that. This reminds me too much of like something that you would see at Disneyland when they do the live action plays.
Yeah.
Like that's the vibe I get from this. Like it doesn't look like a movie. It looks like I'm watching while I'm sitting in an audience. Get it, Indy. Oh, this freaking kid's pissing me off.
I know, and that's why I was happy to see Short Round beat him up.
Yeah.
Like that was his moment. Same size. This is the rich little prissy kid.
What's she doing? Throwing rocks.
Yeah, see, that's perfect to her character. She sucks. She missed too. Like, I mean, not even.
Yeah, she didn't even hit him. So this is kind of reminiscent of the scene from Last Crusade where they're on the tank and he's on the tracks and he's trying to get off of it.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's got to be painful.
To feel like there's a knife in your back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing, it's just like,
how many times they cut to him almost getting crushed? Like 4 times.
Yeah, about 3 or 4 times.
Oh, what is she doing?
Nothing.
Come on, man.
This is where she
I like
wants
that.
to be.
That was a nice moment.
Yeah.
Where Short Round's kicking the kid's butt and Indy's kicking the big dude's butt, and they're doing it together. Did you notice that?
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
He's in the background. He's in the
kept going back and forth.
No,
so
if
they
you
had
watch
to film that at the same time.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like that. Is he trying to save him?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice of him.
Well, I guess maybe he feels like, I understand there's zombies because I just was one not too long ago.
Oh, that's the worst way to go.
I don't know, man. The propeller might be pretty painful too. Spielberg does an amazing job of killing people in gruesome ways that doesn't have to show the gruesomeness of it.
Yeah, all it was like a red streak on the wheel.
Yeah, but still, like, but it leaves you with your own mental visual of like how horrible that must have been. See, they're still fighting guards.
Yeah.
And this is the Indy that I'm starting to love because he's getting tired of fighting him because he's like, there's more.
Okie dokie, Indy.
Well, that's George Lucas cringy dialogue that he writes for kids in every single movie that he has. I mean, The Phantom Menace had the word.
Oh my God!
Poor little
Are you
Annie.
an angel?
Yeah.
Yippee! That screamed.
Oh my gosh, that was horrible.
Screamed in Lucas. So their short round, he just beat up an adult with a stick. A second ago, these guys are terrible shots. Here's short round beating up more guys. Oh, look at that. Taking out 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guards with ones. Get out of here, man.
Okay, that was okay. Yeah. All right, I'll give you that one. These are this is the Last Jedi throne room worthy stuff.
Oh,
finally he shows up.
Yeah.
And Indy's just like, his shirt's ripped. He's missing an arm.
Indy looks dope, dude. I want to see him do more. Like enough. Oh, that was the slowest swing I've ever seen. Did you see that guy swing the sword? He totally missed.
That was pretty bad. That was the Luke Skywalker kick in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Or even the Rey kicking 3 guards at once.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's that moment.
So this is what I'm like when bad guys are just like incompetent. It irritates me. And this chase,
I gotta pull the zombie card, man. I gotta give him the zombie benefit of the doubt that they're a little like
slow.
Zombie. He just kind of was like laughing at him when the guy had the torch when Short was about to torch him.
So this scene, I don't know how to feel about this scene.
These are puppets right here, though.
Yeah, part of me feels like this is too gimmicky. Like they're trying to advertise for a new Disney ride or something.
But I will say this: watching this scene in the theater was pretty awesome because
I bet
it made it feel like you were there.
Yeah,
and they used stop motion puppets which I thought was really cool. I agree with you. I think it went a little too long. Like there's a scene where Short Round's being pulled from one cart to the next, and it looks really bad.
So for me, this is the equivalent of the jungle chase scene from Crystal Skull.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought this was better.
Maybe in some ways a little bit better, but a little bit more action packed. But it's just kind of cheesy.
Yeah,
and that's why those two movies are kind of equal to me. This movie and Crystal Skull are on the same level. It's stuff like this. Like this is
the only way I give this the edge is that it's
real.
Again, for me, yeah, it's the live action parts in it that just look. I don't know. I really have a lot of respect for the people that spend 6 months to build like this whole little scene that's going to be used for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like I'm just kind of like I'm impressed with that because I like building models. Like when I have a lot of free time. Hey IT, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, hey, what's up?
I would love to sit out on my porch and just put a ship together. Like over the summer when I don't work and I'm not traveling, like I'll build models in the back. So
yeah, and I can totally get that. Like seeing this set built, like we talked about it before. It's nice to have. It's way better than a CGI background, but just the action and the scene themselves, it just.
I'll give you that. And the water thing was a little much.
It just doesn't hold up, man. Like, especially against like Raiders and Crusades, it just doesn't hold up. Like this is ripped straight out of Goonies right here. And this
even had the little pirate thing.
this chase scene's gone on far too long.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's gone too much. I think they could have shortened it by just having the water just come in. But this is where they grab Short Round. But see, right there, it's live action, and they're just kind of I would love to have seen the set. And then they go to like a pullout, and Short Round's arms are like 10 feet long. Like right there. Doesn't it look like they're like way too long for?
He's like he's a puppet.
Like right there. Oh my gosh, they just look. It just looks. That looks bad. That scene was unnecessary. But Indiana Jones has a lot of scenes like that. Even in like The Last Crusade, when he's hanging off the side of the tank, and they're gonna like smash him into a rock. You know,
yeah, that I didn't.
And he kind of escapes.
I'm
just saying, like scenes like that where he's
Yeah.
about to get smashed into something.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what you meant. Yeah, no, I agree with that. And those are.
Oh no,
cool.
that was a much better scene in
oh,
The
she
Last
just
Crusade.
knocked that dude out.
Yeah.
Good for her.
And he takes out the other people.
How fast do you think they're going right now? They got to be going like 40 miles an hour. Oh, and they just happen to make it onto the next track.
Yeah, it's a little much.
Oh, man. I can't do it, dude. I'm sorry. This movie is just... It's special.
See, I don't think there was enough water there to do what they were trying to do.
No.
Like, because they actually went over like lava scenes and lava pits. So the water would have like gone there.
No, that's a ton of... That's like a river's worth of water.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It had like a big tank, maybe a couple thousand gallons. So what's he doing? Oh, he's trying to stop it.
Yeah, and so I get it. This makes for the little comedic scene where it's supposed to get on fire. But right there, they look really slow moving.
Yeah.
Like, he probably didn't have to go that much. He could have crashed a little bit and been all right.
Look, his foot's on fire. Give me my foot's on fire. Oh, man. I'm sorry, dude. I know you love this movie, but I'm just like, this is cringe after cringe.
I'm gonna give you that. This they could have done without this. I think it's the bridge scene that puts it all back. That brings it back for me.
Yeah.
And see, that's what the Crystal Skull didn't give me at the end scene. Like, they didn't give me anything. They just put the skull on the thing, and that was it. And then they just ran out. Like, there was nothing. There was nothing. It just kind of ended.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Where'd they go? To space?" And you're just like, "Yeah, I guess." And then he's like, "Well, the treasure was knowledge." And I'm going, "Oh my gosh, this was horrible."
I'll give you that. I haven't. Oh man. Yeah, this whole thing, it just kind of looks like a stage play. Like I'm watching it at Disney World or something.
Yeah, this is early CGI kind of technology stuff. You could tell it's pretty. But this is the scene, man. This is what did it for me. There has never been a scene that even mimics this in any movie.
Well, like besides the one that it was inspired from.
Which movie?
Gunga Din.
Gunga Din, right. But after Indy did it, you're right. They there is no
that's the movie.
Scenes.
Gunga Din. That's the movie where the British soldiers killed off the people.
That's right. That's right.
That's what it was. Gunga Din. Man, that only took me an hour to freaking remember.
This is great.
Look at freaking Indy with his martial arts, man. I'm digging it. Yes. Get that whip out.
Yeah, here's another New Hope reference when he's chasing him.
Yep.
It was like Han Solo chasing him, and then he sees.
Yeah, so this is back to classic Indy. Like that whole underground sequence with them.
Give you, yep, all right.
That's an iconic scene right there. Welcome.
I also feel like I remember, gosh, dude, this is one of the movies that I can remember so well watching it the first time and going, how the heck is this man gonna like? How's he gonna get out of this? It would have been too easy to have like the guards show up and start shooting. Like, there's no way that would have ruined the movie completely.
Yeah, that was a very
You know what I mean? Like him just.
That line was very interesting. He's like, "You are in a position unable to give orders." Like, that's a weird way of saying you're not in a position to negotiate.
This was filmed in Sri Lanka, and you're able to go and visit the site.
You want!
Puts the stones back on.
He like looks at the camera and is like, "Oh,
yeah."
Disney owns Indiana Jones, right? That is correct. Yeah, I know that was a great.
Yeah, yeah. Disney owns Lucasfilm. Lucasfilm owns the rights to Indiana.
Yeah, it was a.
But I believe there is a level of respect for Spielberg, Lucas, and Harrison Ford. They said they will never make an Indiana Jones movie if all three of them don't agree to make it. So I don't think we have to worry too much about Disney going in and making a new set of films to like retcon anything. Because unless Spielberg and Lucas and Harrison give their blessing. Oh, I like that he's talking to Short Round in Chinese. That's awesome. Okay, Cybersonic says, yes, this movie has some moments that the special effects don't hold up, but there is some of the most epic indie moments and music plays. And I'm like, yes, that is indie and that is awesome. I'll give you that. This moment right here.
It's top 3, man. It's top 3 indie moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe top 5, but it's up there. It's Raiders has a lot of the top.
Yeah, Raiders was gold from beginning to end.
Yeah, almost a perfect movie.
See, I think the thing that I love about Raiders is that there wasn't any noticeable CGI in that movie that. Like, there was one scene where the truck goes off the edge of the cliff that is
that was
not aged well. But the rest of it's all...
Wasn't it just motorcycle? It was a tribe. Oh, it was a truck.
Yeah, it was a truck. It was the motorcycle was in Crusades.
Right. But even this scene was filmed with them. They all got like cables on.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks real. I like that. That's cool. It might be there might be a painting in the background, but ooh. Oh, I thought he could only do that like during the ritual. Yikes, man. Look at him laughing like a freaking psycho.
I know.
Get it, Andy, get it. It looks like he's still in pain. That's interesting, man. It's like his heart was hurt from
that.
Like
he felt like his heart moved.
Yeah.
Stopped beating. Then he rattles. Yeah, he's on his way up. It's like self-sacrifice.
Ooh, that was bad CGI.
Yeah, pretty. But he starts getting shot at, and then he's just like,
where did they get the bow and arrows from?
But he's just like, and he's like, God, can like anything?
Yeah, that's a good moment.
He's just kind of like, golly, really? Like, come on.
Can I catch a break?
Exactly. I just freaking cut a bridge in half. What is your thoughts on Sean Connery as Indiana Jones in the third one? I love Sean.
Oh, his father.
I loved him as his father.
I loved it. It was that relationship they had.
I thought it was perfect.
Yeah. The comedy too, the timing with the comedic moments was perfect.
And he acted like a perfect college professor in my book. Like, he wasn't an adventurer.
Yeah.
He was a book smart college professor.
I think they're trying to kill us. I know, Dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
it's just a new experience for me.
Exactly.
Happens to me all the time. Oh, why are they hot all of a sudden?
He's doing a spell.
Oh.
Head kind of
there was
rubs
the
on the side.
Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
I always thought, TT said, I always thought an Indiana Jones theme park would have some great rides. But if they do to it what they do to the Galaxy's Edge, then maybe not. I'm not sure what's going on with Galaxy's Edge. Do you?
Yeah,
more knowledge.
there is a Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland in California, and you're basically in a Jeep, and you just follow Indiana Jones on an adventure through some of his early movies. And it's a very old ride, but if you love Indiana Jones, you'll like the nostalgia factor of it. In Orlando, they have Indiana Jones Adventure, which is basically Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then they show some behind the scenes of how they filmed Raiders of the Lost Ark in the movie. So Galaxy's Edge should have the main ride that everyone's waiting for in Galaxy's Edge is the Millennium Falcon ride, where you could pilot the Millennium Falcon with you and your friends through the universe. That will probably be one of those simulator rides that it's very popular now because it doesn't take up a lot of space. Indy saves his hat and his stone. I love it.
And his jacket.
And he needs to yeah. That's right. He found his jacket. There's another painting. The green has come back.
Oh yeah,
the colors come back to the village.
The colors come back. Everybody's wearing different colored clothing. I love this music, man. You cannot beat this music.
No, it's
Listen to this, folks. Heaven.
Yeah,
John Williams, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, that was a grand slam soundtrack.
And then the kids come back. So this is that moment, that triumphant moment you were talking about.
That's what I didn't get out of Crystal Skull. There wasn't a moment like this, and that I thought Temple had done really well.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Like, there's no rejoicing at the end of.
No, they go right into a wedding, and then Shia LaBeouf might put the hat on, and that's the end. And you're just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, it's like they didn't really know what to do with it after.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, okay, well, the aliens left. Now what do we do? I don't know. Let's get married, I guess.
So, how much you want to bet in Indy 5 he's already divorced or separated?
Oh, God, I hope not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
like how do you know they'll have him out somewhere and he's just like, well, Miriam tried to make it work and it didn't work out.
Or they'll probably kill her off. They won't.
Now what would be kind of neat is if he was sitting there as an old man telling a story to one of his kids. I wouldn't mind that so much. They had a different actor play Indy. It's like go back in time. I wouldn't mind that so much. See, she hasn't screamed in a good while. Just to point that out.
You're right.
She got them all out.
Once she started punching and throwing rocks at people, she stopped screaming. No.
Yeah,
here it comes again. Yeesh.
But that's a typical prissy actress woman.
Yeah. So that moment where he grabs her with the whip, in a conference with Lawrence Kasdan and George Lucas, Spielberg suggested that once Lucas told him about the whip, he's like, "Oh, we should have him whip and grab his love interest and like pull her in." And George Lucas kind of nicely said that was kind of a dumb idea. I'll have to show you the transcript, dude. It's so funny. Spielberg's just a big nerd. Oh, look at Short Round covering his eyes for the kiss.
That's a kid moment, see?
Yeah. Okay. All right, so
we're
that's
gonna
the end
leave
of the
you
movie.
with. I don't think it's as bad as you really remember it.
It still had some pretty bad moments in it, though. It had some cringeworthy things going on in there. And I was like, it's just, they are very different. This is very much a classic Indiana Jones feel that Crystal Skull was lacking. But I think if people want to criticize Crystal Skull for being silly and kind of like cringeworthy, I think you have to give the equal amount to this one for some of those
Equal
scenes.
amount? Equal?
Dude, Short Round was taking out like 10 guards with karate chops.
All right, that's
man.
one. All right, that's one scene, and we have All right, so we have Shia LaBeouf swinging with learning how to swing like monkeys to catch up to his dad and others.
Let's
it doesn't
not forget,
that's got to be the worst scene of all of Indiana Jones. Any movie that
yeah.
to me is the worst.
Yeah,
so
it might be. It's
so
up
we
there
are
for
talking
sure.
about two scenes. I will give you that the minecart ride. Now that I like watching it with you and like taking a look, that lasted way too long. I don't know why they stretched that one out because it made the water look unbelievable and everything else. So like that, I'll give you that. That scene should have just been cut out. They should have just got on the cart and they should have just dumped the water. They shouldn't even have been chased. I think that would have worked better.
Yeah.
Like as soon as they got on the cart, they clipped the water. Like I think that would have worked better. They could have even done without the foot on fire joke. I think it would have been fine.
Yeah, that too. There's just a lot of little things. Like, yeah, there are a lot of really redeeming moments in this movie. The bridge scene, the torture chamber cult thing, that was pretty intense. Some of the earlier scenes, they're a lot of fun to watch, but it's punctuated with so many moments of like, oh my God, what were they thinking? Like it doesn't jive well with me, but I understand people love it. It's the nostalgia thing, growing up with Indy and stuff like that. So I get it. I want to make it clear to people who are listening who think I'm crazy for not liking Temple of Doom that there's moments in this movie that are just inexcusable.
Yeah, I will agree. I will agree.
But anyway, well, that wraps it up, folks. It's been 2 hours. I think that's plenty long enough. Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks 3PO for joining me and watching a movie with me. I appreciate it. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Yeah, did you want to shout anything out real quick? Do you have any videos planned for the future?
No, brother. Yeah, I got a couple things. Going to talk about Rian Johnson a little bit and some. I'm actually working on a video about this whole concept of how the Jedi, when they to become one with the Force, need to put their lightsaber down, and how I disagree with that completely. And it's just to go off what Brian Young was tweeting about, where he was like, Luke had to put the saber down to save others. And you're just kind of like, when he put the saber down, like multiple people died. So I don't know where he got that from. Anyway, yeah. So that's kind of cooking in the kitchen.
All right, cool. We're looking forward to it. Give Drunk 3PO a subscribe on YouTube. What are you at now? 700 something? 720? Yeah. All right, get this guy to 1,000 pretty soon. That's
I'm at 400, awesome. But my Twitter is over 700.
Oh, Twitter's okay. Yeah. All right, so get this guy to 500 subs on YouTube. He's got some cool videos, a lot of good humor too. I love the humor that you bring to your YouTube stuff. And thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it. Thank you 3PO, and have a good night. Have a good Valentine's. Go give your loved ones a kiss, and I'll talk to you guys later. Stop in for the next Salty Nerd podcast.
That's it.